they into music as well? Did you play with them?
Siblings?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, like Joseph was like always a piano player, and ever since I can remember. And Michael always played the guitar. He had a drum kit. Catherine, not so much, but I still remember like Catherine listening to Diesel's right on the tip of my tongue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and using a cheese grater to scuff up her jeans.
Oh yeah.
Like, I remember that as a kid. I was going into the big girls' room.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it was like, fuck. And Regina was a bit, like she'd been playing the flute, and like I always got along really well with her,
Yeah.
And so they were the two girls in the big girls' room, and then there was the little girls' room,
Yeah.
And Esther kind of had the Queen's end,
Yeah.
and then it trickled all the way down to Marianne, and like, in that room kind of, like, Esther was king of them,
Yeah.
And stuff, and Esther, because Esther did home economics, like, so she was always making the desserts, making the desserts, so I was like, chocolate pudding and dumplings were, just fucking, I was so happy, I was so rapt, that would be it. And that's when we started having things like fried rice,
Yeah.
Geraldine was playing violin. Esther was kind of dabbling a few bits and pieces. And then James was kind of just always on the side, would dabble in a bit of the guitar. So, and everyone could hold a tune,
Yeah.
So the only way I could explain it to someone this year, because I was listening to this guy rap, and I was like, he makes the words wait,
Yeah.
and that's what I feel like I do, But yeah, that's a pretty musical bunch, and aunties and uncles and mum's family. That was insane, but it's not easy to come together to play. You'd think it'd happen more often,
Yeah.
but it's very like, it's not easy. The times when it has happened has been beautiful, but it's also something always pulling you, like, oh, there are those kind of things where you're like, no, beautiful moments can irk you a bit,
Yeah.
maybe that's just being a kid and being a bit embarrassed, but we were always called down to the kitchen to sing. Well, Mum might have heard you singing a song over the last period of like weeks or days or whatever, and then someone would visit, you'd have to come down and sing that song for them, and stuff. I used to get around the house just like singing, and I would always like this. My siblings always said, like, they'd start singing with me, and I'd be like, "Don't sing my song."
Yeah.
My song was always about the shearers, the two sons and the father. They were our shearers, and it was like, Gavin and Gordon, Gavin and Gordon, Gavin and Gordon, and Arch, and then go again. Like, but that was
your own song.
That was my own song. Mum was like, because she was just like, I think she always enjoyed it, because I'd be walking around, outside just singing all the time, and then when you found out someone was listening, you just go quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When did you do your first gig? Like, when you did do that? Like your first, like, where you actually like had the guitar, had a couple of songs.
Oh, really? Like, first gig
Like at a pub or something.
at a pub was at the Commercial Hotel in Hamilton, and it was a Saturday night. And it was a Saturday night, and we played. Like, there might have been one before that, but this is distinctly the first like big thing that I remember. It was a Saturday night. I hadn't turned 16 yet, and it was our band. It was Chase Royale, and we'd written 4 songs, and the rest were covers, And it was funny. Like, I remember a guy came in that had bullied James at school for a long time, and he came in, and I got on the microphone. There was a song. I can't even remember what cover it was, but it was it was a song about being really straight and boring.
Yeah.
You know, you'd know the song if you heard it. Aussie band. It would have been on the 1999 Hottest 100 disc.
Yeah.
And this guy comes in and just on the microphone, I was like, I'd just like to dedicate this to, like, you know, I think it was like Josh, someone or whatever. Just like to dedicate this song to you. You know, this song's about just being boring and you know, a bunch of years passing and you realise your life's gone nowhere. Blah blah blah. And stuff, and there wasn't many people there at all. I remember Lauren Holmes came down, but she couldn't stay for long because she had to have her sister bring her down. You know, and I ticked that one in the back of my head, and I thought, I will, in the future, Byron, in the future. But yeah, and that was the first gig. You know, because after that we were doing like parties, like people's wolf sheds, and I know it was right. Then it was on. Like, then it was on. We'd go get suits and fucking really, and we were sounding good as this little band, but we all had different music tastes, so it was a real. But as soon as we fucking chucked the Kinks songs in the set list, that was